Hello students, this is Sumit Kumar, Assistant Professor, Mawari College, Ranchi. Dear students, this particular session is about uh, one of the topic of MIS, Management Information System, and that topic is DSS, Decision Support System. This is one of the system which facilitates decision making in the organization. It supports managers working at different levels in their decision making. The system is generally used for unstructured kind of problems as well as for semi-structured kind of problems. Uh, Various tools are used for the analysis of problem, which provides number of alternative solutions to the managers or decision makers. These tools are model based, which are mathematical tools, statistical tools, and different other analytical tools which help managers in decision making. So this lecture is in the form of presentation, and in the coming slides I am going to discuss about various aspects of decision support system, which will be helpful for you in understanding the concept of decision support system.
What is DSS? A DSS is a computer-based information system that supports business or organizational decision making. It is a collection of integrated software applications and hardware that form the backbone of any organization's decision making process and helps in decision making. As we have discussed in the earlier lecture that decision making as a component of problem solving, which was stated in Herbert-Simon model. There are three phases in the Herbert-Simon model: intelligence, design, and choice, which results in decision making. And if two additional stages are added, which is implementation and monitoring, then it completes these stages of problem solving. Taxonomies means various concepts related to DSS given by uh, different thinkers in the field of MIS. According to Hudson-Viller's classification and relationship of DSS with user, a DSS can be passive DSS. The characteristics of passive DSS is that it cannot bring out explicit decision suggestions or solutions. Means it supports decision making, but it doesn't provide suggestions or solutions to the user. The next is active DSS. The main feature of active DSS is that it can provide suggestions and solutions to the user. Cooperative DSS. A cooperative DSS allows the decision maker to even modify, complete, or refine the decision suggestions. Means the suggestions can be also modified, completed, or more refined form of decision suggestions can be done in the cooperative DSS. According to Daniel Power, the next kind of DSS or decision support system can be communication driven DSS. The feature of such DSS is that it supports more than one person working on a shared task. Examples include integrated tools like Microsoft's Net Meeting. The next type of DSS decision support system according to Daniel Power is data driven DSS. It emphasizes access to and manipulation of time series of internal company data and sometimes external data. Now here, what is time series? Time series is the time series is the accumulation of all the data uh, captured and recorded uh, in the past. Next is document driven DSS. Document driven DSS manages, retrieves, and manipulates unstructured information in a variety of electronic formats, which supports decision making of managers. Knowledge driven DSS, it provides specialized problem solving expertise stored as facts, rules, procedures, or in similar structure. Model driven DSS, which is the widely used decision support system, emphasizes on access to and manipulation of statistical, financial, optimization, and simulation model. Model driven DSS use data and parameters provided by users to assist decision makers in analyzing a situation. Again, there is another classification according to which DSS can be enterprise-wide DSS, desktop DSS. An enterprise-wide DSS is linked to large data warehouse. Data warehouse is the storage of different kinds of data and serves many managers in the company. Means it supports more than one decision maker at a time. Next is desktop DSS. A desktop single user DSS is a small system that runs on an individual manager's personal computer. Now in the next section we'll deal with the characteristics of DSS. First one is facilitation. DSS facilitate and support specific decision making activities. Second, interaction. These are the computer based systems designed for interactive use by decision makers. It means interaction can take place between the decision maker and the system. Ancillary. DSS can support decision makers at any level in the organization, but they are not intended to replace decision makers. Repeated use. DSS are intended for repeated use. Means they are not for the one time use. They can be routinely used or when they are needed. Identifiable. DSS may be independent systems that collect or replicate data from other information systems or subsystems of a larger or more integrated form. Task oriented. DSS provide specific capabilities to the decision maker that supports one or more than one task at a time. The task may be intelligence and data analysis, identification and design of alternatives, choice among alternatives, and decision implementation. Decision impact. DSS are intended to improve the accuracy, timeliness, quality, and overall effectiveness of a specific decision or a set of related decisions. DSS supports individual and group decision making. Means it provides a platform where individual decision making as well as group decision making can take place. Comprehensive data access. DSS allows users to access data from different sources concurrently, leaving organizations the freedom to choose the data warehouse that best suits their unique requirements. DSS is easy to develop and deploy, and multiple projects can be created within a single shared metadata. With each project, development teams create a wide variety of reusable metadata objects. DSS is integrated platform enabled software which administers to develop data models. It performs sophisticated analysis and generate analytical reports and deliver these reports to end users via different channels, which are web, email, file, print and mobile devices. Flexibility. The features of DSS are flexible and can be altered, means they can be changed according to need, providing a helping hand in the work process. Now, what are the components of DSS? The components of DSS are, first one is inputs. Factors. Inputs are factors, numbers and characteristics to be analyzed. Second component is user knowledge and expertise. Inputs requiring manual analysis by the user are known as user knowledge and expertise. Outputs. The transformed data from which DSS decisions are generated. It means the data from which DSS software provides decisions alternatives for the user. And the last component is decisions, results generated by DSS based on user criteria. The user criteria means according to user requirement, whatever is generated are termed as decisions. What are the objectives behind developing and implementing DSS objectives? First one is increase the effectiveness of the manager's decision making process. Second is it supports the manager in the decision making process but does not replace it. It improves the director's effectiveness of decision making. Now, what are the DSS requirements? Means for developing a DSS, what are required? First one is data collection from multiple sources. Means from the sources can be sales data, inventory data, supplier data, market research data, etc. Data. Second requirement is data formatting and collation, where data can be tabulated, organized, and given a form using which it can be represented in a better way. Third requirement is a suitable database location and format built for decision support based reporting and analysis. And the last one is robust tools and applications. In short form, today we know applications as applications to report, monitor and analyze the data. Now, DSS applications where these are applied or implemented. DSS is implemented in medical diagnosis, business management, agriculture production, forest management and various other sectors. Now, what are the advantages of DSS? It saves time for the decision maker. It enhances the effectiveness of decisions. It improves interpersonal communication at different levels of management. It provides a competitive advantage to the organization over their competitors. It is a tool to reduce cost. It increases decision makers' satisfaction. It promotes overall learning in the organization. It improves the personal efficiency of user. Now, if advantages are there, so as there are disadvantages of DSS. First one is monetary cost involved in development of DSS. It overemphasizes the decision making process. Uh, DSS softwares are based on the assumption of relevance, means criteria are always required, and accordingly DSS software is developed. Transfer of power. Uh, Implementation or use of DSS software sometimes gets the power of decision maker or manager, because uh, it is the decision making tool which provides alternatives for decision makers. Unanticipated effects. Sometimes the consequences of alternative solutions provided by DSS are unknown. Obscuring responsibility. Sometimes there is, because of use of DSS, there is a cut of responsibility to the delegated authorities given to personnels working at different levels of management. False belief in objectivity. This software is very much objective, and because of that sometimes certain aspects of decisions can be left. Status reduction. A status reduction here means that because the responsibility of decision making is uh, taken by the manager, so it results in status reduction of managers. Information overload. Information overload, because DSS software requires various kinds of informations and from different sources, so the flow of information increases and there is an overload of information on the system.